Good morning, brothers and sisters. I have mentioned to behold the glory of the Lord for these days. We need to see the Lord Himself. We shall live to Him. Our spiritual eye need to focus on the target. But how we can see the Lord and Abba? We know God is Spirit. What is the essential of God? The Bible said God is seated on the throne. So we know Abba is holding all the authorities in glory. But we shall not craft God into an image to think of Him. God is in glory, just like the Lord said, our Father in heaven. We know our Abba is in heaven. We can also think of Abba is surrounding us. He is embracing us. On the other hand, we can also think of Abba is very close to us. He lives in our heart. His presence is with us. Our life is united with Him. Abba is so glorious. He is in heaven. He is surrounding me, and He also lives in my heart. We can easily think of Him at once. We know Abba's presence is with us in these three aspects in one glance. How precious! He is unique in this universe. He is everywhere in this universe. But His presence is especially with me. He lives in me, and I'm united with Him. When we see Abba and the Lord this way, your spirit is so happy as well. Let's quiet your heart and think as I just mentioned. Think of Abba. He's in glory. He's surrounding you. He especially lives in your heart. May you enjoy and see Abba and the Lord this way. Brothers and sisters, the verse I'd like to share with you is in Proverbs chapter 21, verse 25. And it said, "The desire of the lazy man kills him, for his hands refuse to labor." The Bible has mentioned many times about the disaster of being lazy. For example, lazy incurs poverty, suffer hunger, forced labor, having nothing in harvest, beg for food, uneasy living. Even it said here, it will kill him. Being lazy can easily lead us to commit other sin. For example, David got lazy and woke up at the evening. He has planted the roots of evils, committing adultery and murder. So you can see it is not a tiny matter for being lazy. It is not the least influential issue. The consequences can be very serious. We should teach the believers or non-believers not to be lazy, because a lazy person usually has achieved nothing in the world. It is difficult for them to success. They would also bring many burdens and adverse effects to other people or society. And all in all, being lazy can have small or large damage to other people and themselves. It also wasting our life. We must not look down upon laziness. There is one thing which we feel disheartened. Some brothers and sisters work very hard and being active in the worldly things, but they are very lazy in their spiritual aspect. They can do very well in their studies or in their work. They are very responsible and highly praised by the world, but they are very lazy, or their response was lukewarm in knowing God, pursuing God, and serving God. They become an observer and being unproductive in the Lord. I can say this is so-called a spiritual idol. The consequences being a spiritual idol are far more serious than the worldly idol. In Jeremiah chapter 48 verse 10 have said, Cursed is he who does the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed is he who keeps back his sword from blood. You can see, if we're being lazy spiritually, it can result in being cursed. Brothers and sisters, I hope we are a person who are attentive in serving God. I'd like to tell you a story. Walter, the lazy mouse, he was slow in mostly everything, unlike other mouse. The main characteristic of this little fellow is laziness. He normally hid himself in holes on the ground. One day, he was found dropped dead in a hole. But why did Walter die there? It is because of his laziness. People generally think the cause of Walter's death is due to hunger. Actually, it was because Walter was stuck in a hole and cannot come out of the hole and finally die. Why? It is because he was so lazy. He hunted for food when he was hungry, and his neighbor, the yellow mouse, Shane, had stored many grains in his hole. Walter discovered the food in his neighbor's house, and he broke in and occupied his house. Walter ate his food and stayed happily in this new house. Walter became fatter and fatter and couldn't come out from this hole. Finally, poor Walter has chose an easy way to live and finally died in a hole. It is worthwhile for us as Christians to be awakened. Are we only joining the meeting? Are we enjoying the message? Are we enjoying the love from brothers and sisters? We have chosen to have an easy life and never think of we can also serve and labor for brothers and sisters to help other people. When we choose to live an easy life, our spirit becomes lazy as time goes by. Without any practice of godliness, without any experience with the Lord, our spirit becomes lukewarm and die. Brothers and sisters, we shall never like Walter, the lazy mouse, to have the same ending like him. I hope we are willing to serve eagerly. All the efforts you made are worthy, and God surely will pay you back. He will surely reward us. May we be the attentive person of this time of age, to serve God eagerly. May the Lord bless us.